There are footballers who win trophies. There are footballers who break records. And then there are footballers who become something greater, a symbol of a club, a city, and an entire generation. Alessandro Del Piero was one of them. He was never the tallest or the strongest player on the pitch. He did not overpower defenders with aggression or dominate matches through sheer physical force. Instead, he played with imagination, with intelligence, with elegance. Born in Conegliano, Italy, in 1974, Del Piero grew up in the small town of Saccone. Like countless Italian children, he dreamed of becoming a professional footballer. His mother wanted him to play as a goalkeeper, believing it would be safer. But Alessandro wanted the ball at his feet. That decision would eventually change Italian football history. His professional journey began with Padova, where his talent quickly attracted attention. He was still a teenager when Juventus recognized something special in him, not simply technical ability, but a rare understanding of space, timing, and movement. In 1993, Del Piero joined Juventus. At the time, the club already had an established superstar, Roberto Baggio, one of the most gifted players Italy had ever produced. For a young forward entering that team, the pressure could have been overwhelming. But Del Piero did not hide from it. He learned, waited, and took every opportunity he was given. In his first seasons, supporters began to see the qualities that would define his career. He could drift between midfield and attack, escape defenders with a sudden change of direction, and create something extraordinary from almost nothing. Then there was his signature finish. Del Piero would receive the ball on the left side of the penalty area, shift it onto his right foot, and bend a curling shot toward the far corner. Goalkeepers knew what was coming. Defenders knew what he wanted to do. And still, they often could not stop him. That part of the pitch became known as the Del Piero zone. By the mid-1990s, he was no longer just a promising young player. He had become one of the central figures in a Juventus team built to conquer Italy and Europe. In the 1995-96 season, Juventus reached the Champions League final against Ajax. After a tense match, the trophy was decided by penalties. Juventus won. At only 21 years old, Alessandro Del Piero was a champion of Europe. More trophies followed, along with unforgettable goals and performances on football's biggest stages. But his rise was interrupted in 1998 when he suffered a devastating knee injury against Udinese. For a player whose game depended on balance, acceleration, and sharp movement, the injury threatened everything. Recovery was slow. Doubts appeared. Some wondered whether the brilliant young Del Piero would ever return. And in truth, he did not return as exactly the same player. He evolved. The explosive acceleration may have been reduced, but his vision became sharper. His positioning improved. He learned how to control matches with fewer touches and how to hurt opponents through intelligence rather than speed alone. This reinvention revealed the quality that defined him beyond technique: resilience. Del Piero's relationship with the Italian national team was complex. He carried enormous expectations into major tournaments, and there were moments of disappointment. Yet his greatest international memory arrived at precisely the right time. The 2006 World Cup semi-final between Italy and Germany was played in Dortmund in front of a passionate home crowd. The match remained goalless through 90 minutes and moved into extra time. With penalties approaching, Fabio Grosso scored to give Italy the lead. Germany pushed forward desperately, leaving space behind. Italy launched one final attack. Fabio Cannavaro won the ball. Francesco Totti moved it forward. Alberto Gilardino carried it toward the penalty area and passed to Del Piero. For a fraction of a second, time seemed to slow down. Del Piero opened his body and guided the ball beautifully into the top corner. 2-0. Game over. The image of him running away in celebration, arms spread, face filled with emotion, became one of the defining moments of Italy's World Cup victory. A few days later, Italy defeated France in the final. Del Piero converted his penalty in the shootout, and the boy from Saccone became a world champion. That should have been the perfect ending to a remarkable season. Instead, he returned home to find Juventus facing the darkest chapter in its history. Following the Calciopoli scandal, the club was stripped of titles and relegated to Serie B. Many stars considered leaving. Del Piero had offers and could easily have continued his career at the highest level elsewhere. But he stayed. His explanation was simple and unforgettable. A true gentleman never leaves his lady. For Juventus supporters, those words meant almost as much as any go.